What's up, world? Alright. So, today is, February 6th? And let me see what time it is. Alright, what's up, y'all? Today is February 6th. And y'all, these videos and things, they're gonna be, it's just to help me build up my momentum and what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'll get a little more organized. But if you fuck with me, then you fuck with me. And if you don't, please move along. Because I don't really give a fuck anyways. That's the vibes for today. Yesterday I had this experience where it's crazy, like energy is just crazy. And it's crazy when you look at these little moments that just seem magical, or like these little moments that like you in the right place at the right time. There, maybe like 2 days ago, I don't remember what I was crying for, honestly. Because I was just tired. I was tired of repeating myself for months and months and shit at a time. Like as a mom, I was just tired, and I was actually in the energy of like, yo, I need some space for a few days. Like, I don't even really want to talk. Like, I'm not a person, like, one thing about me, I'm either in or I'm out. I'm not no in between. Like, one thing about my personality, I'm 100% real. So I'm either like very loving or I don't give a fuck, and I could go to I don't give a fuck real fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no in between with me. There used to be in betweens, but that's just because of the way I was raised, and I was taught to accept a lot of abuse and toxicity. Even if you think you're a good parent or whatever, but you're letting these things go on around your children or whatever, you think you're getting up and doing what you got to do every day, but subconsciously you're putting your child through turmoil by not standing up for them, by teaching them to love family members that don't truly love them back, and just things of that nature, which is really prominent in the Black community. So I don't know what I'm gonna say, but I know when I'm in energy. And I remember I've been making videos or recordings since I think like 2001. And I was in a flow at this time, and I was just channeling, but I was never posting anything. And those were powerful messages, but it's like, too much. I felt like too much time had passed, and honestly, I was just lazy with it. I didn't know how to edit videos and things like that, so I would just record and not edit it, and get caught up in my just day-to-day life instead of really focusing on my goals, which I know I'm really put on this earth to spread the word, and to uplift humanity, and to call people out on their shit when it's needed. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so yeah, they not like us, alright? They not like us. is the vibes for today, for the spiritual warrior. Whoever I'm talking to, you are a straight warrior. You the woman king up in this biatch. Alright? Something that I was thinking about, and I'm gonna get back to the first topic, but there's a lot of thoughts in my mind, and however they come out in whatever order, that's just how I'm gonna speak it, because I'm just gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? If that's how I'm speaking at the moment, that's just how I'm speaking. Whoever really truly understands me and maybe why I speak that way, when you have a lot of thoughts in your head and it's like you're trying to get a lot of things out, you know, shout out to you for understanding the logic behind what I'm saying. Anyway, like, I feel like you also need a pause in life. Like, you and your family need to just relax, have some fun. Like, is there just like one thing? Don't think about work, don't think about responsibilities for maybe like one day. For one day, like, you need to focus on your happiness, on just being okay, or just going out and doing something fun with you and your family. My spiritual warrior. In due time, everything will come to you. So that'll bring me back to the topic that I first spoke about. It's so funny how I see everything aligns. I was at court yesterday, and there's this woman that was there. It's like I knew her, but I didn't know her personally. Like, we conversated through email and phone, because I was part of this like organizing group several times, but I never seen her face. You know, I did not know who she looked like. But as I'm waiting, you know, for my name to get called, I don't know, like, at first, like, I sat next to her because I wanted them to see that I didn't leave, because I was trying to change my court date and stuff. So yeah, so I was just sitting where they could see me at the desk, and that's also where she was sitting. But you know, I'm anti. I don't like sitting down for long periods of time. I don't really like staying still that much. So, you know, I got up and walked around a couple of times. But, you know, so basically I went from one side of the room to the other. I felt like, because my higher self was pulling me towards this woman who I knew, but I didn't know I knew her. You know, and I see her talking and conversing with someone or whatever, this other older woman. And I don't know, like, I'm not saying anything, and it's like never really happened to me, but each time, like, I get up and walk away, like, I could have chose to sit somewhere else, but I kept picking like the next seat over from her. You know, so this happened like 2 times I sat next to her. But you know, so I went to the dumbass, you know, courtroom. I don't know how a courtroom could be done well. I guess the whole freaking system, you know. So I went to the fucking courtroom, and I was up there for a while, probably like over an hour. You know, we were about to lose the courtroom because it was scheduled for someone else. So yeah, so after, and another thing, like I was also going to just walk past her and leave out the front door. But as I'm leaving, I'm in the hallways, I see her, and she's so patient. She's not complaining. She's not being difficult. She's very patient. She's patiently waiting. But I bet you she didn't even get seen, because by the time I when it's like, I notice when it's towards like the end of the day, like, and like judges have to see you and stuff, like they'll just throw out your stuff. Like, they only like see things at the end of the day, like they could just toss out, like, and tell you no to. You know, so yeah, I do notice that. So what was I saying? Okay, so I was walking down the halls, and I was gonna just walk straight down the escalator or the stairs. You know, I noticed her. I was like, that's crazy. But then I just slightly turned and I decided not to go down the stairs. And I walked over to her and I was like, oh, you're still here? And I was talking her ear off. And I know she got tired of me. But we was just talking, you know, for about like 30 minutes. Great woman, you know, by the way. If she hears this video, you know, shout out to you for just being real, and no matter what, always being willing to maintain a pure and strong heart, and always treating people like you would want to be treated, with kindness and respect. Even if she doesn't like necessarily care for someone, I feel like she just handles herself in such a graceful way. So basically my energy was being pulled towards her. She did give me some information that was going to help my case. So even if the results come back to me and they're bad, like, I could still go around it and get these people in trouble and bang my case out. You know, like, court is like school to me. You know what I'm saying? I just be picking up on mad shit. Like, I would never be able to work in a courthouse, though. I guess it depends. Like, you have to be like such a, like, I don't know. I just wouldn't be able to carry that energy around with me throughout the day. Like, hearing all those stories, and sitting there every day and just being, all I can do is follow the rules that I'm given, and I can't really help people. Like, you know, you gotta really, you either have to be in a state where, like, you turn yourself off and you get into work mode, where you have to turn off your caring side, or you just have, like, and I'm not, and sorry if I offend anyone, but you just have, like, that sheep, like, mentality. You know, like, one time I got arrested, and it wasn't even for anything criminal. You know, one day I got arrested in a courtroom. No, they actually picked me up and brought me to court, instead of actually using those same resources to go after the person that paid to get me picked up, that paid for my warrant, to put a warrant out on me and to pick me up. You know, who is a career criminal themselves. And you could have used those same resources for this motherfucker who has been cheating the system for years, stealing people's information and all of that, and lives like that on a daily basis. But I was the one that was arrested. But matter of fact, I'm gonna say I was brought into the court because, well, the people who picked me up was cool. It was 2 black dudes, 1 white guy, and yeah, they was cool. They ain't even put no cuffs on me. That's how much of a threat, like, you know, they didn't see me as like no threat. Like, I'm such a pure spirit. Like, they seen me for who I am. You know, and they understood the situation or whatever. Like, it was cool. They was cool as shit, actually. They didn't give me back my knife, though, because I had a knife on me that day. Because I was, like, paranoid or whatever. Stalkers before. And at the time, I had a restraining order out on this dude. But, yeah. So, you had the weight of the world on your shoulders. I feel like we're in this era of toxic black, supporting toxic black masculinity, and yeah, and I feel like that's just the times that we've been in for maybe the past 6 years, and all of these things are worked up slowly within the system, you know, where you have a group of people that adopt the same ideology. You know, you influence people's minds on a daily basis. You can either brainwash yourself with the good or the bad. You know what I'm saying? That's why I've seen, when I was really this was like George Floyd had passed, when I was really in my Power to the People movement, like, we gotta do something about this ish or whatever. But what was I about to say? They not like us. Yo, I listened to that. Like, I've heard little clips, but that's like one of the dopest songs ever. I really just listened to it for the first time today. I played it like 5 times. Like, Kendrick is that ninja. Alright, so, and I have to calm my energy down. Like, I literally have to breathe right now. Alright, so I caught my thought. Yeah, I feel like I'm speaking to a woman. I feel like you're either a woman or you're a single dad that's dealt with a lot. You've been the bigger person for the majority of your life. And you're really at a break of a change coming. You're walking into the new phase of your life, but you don't know what that's going to be. But like I said, you're being guided. Yesterday, I've seen so many signs. You know, so we're always being guided. So just pay attention. I'm sorry that you've had to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. For the single mom that I'm speaking to, or the single dad that I'm speaking to. You know, just continue to keep your heart pure, and it's just so crazy how energy could just change. How I really just thought, oh, like, I need some, like, my spirit is just so tired. I need a few days, you know. You know how, like, back in the day, like, maybe you could send your kids to Mississippi for the summer, or maybe if your child was getting in trouble in school, whatever, like you could send him to his grandfather or his uncle, and you know, he'll be around him for like a month or for the summer or whatever, you know, doing whatever he has to do, or she, you know, whatever. But justice will be served. You're looking at, don't look at the cups that were knocked over, the cups that was filled with your tears of despair, the cups that was filled with your blood. Your blood is on other people's hands in the spirit world. You're a straight empress. Like, I see you like in a garden. So I don't know if you're like a planter. Is that even like a real word? Yes, I don't know if you're like a planter or a gardener. I don't know what a planter is, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. Like, if you're getting into gardening, I think like you have like a connection to birds and just nature. Yeah, of course we all do, but you do these things and they bring you peace. You enjoy these things. I really also see you in your own garden, in your own dream house one day. You are a true queen that was also, or a king, that was also a topic in my house today. Because one of my children, I notice when they speak about royalty, which I speak about royalty all the time, that is what I call my children. You know what I'm saying? So let's just keep it a buck. Like, you know, I was watching this video with this. Of course, like, if you're just a good person, you a good person. But let's really just state what it is. You know, it was this white boy, young. Could have been like early 20s maybe. And everyone was shocked because of his South African accent. But really, like, how did y'all get there? Y'all don't notice like this large, this greater like majority of like black Africans that like worship white people. And like when the queens and stuff would come to like Africa or whatever, you know, everybody would be lined up and shit. Like, in motherfucking Africa, ain't that some crazy shit? Ain't no way I'm gonna be standing. You know how say like you already set up a place for some person, and I'm not saying nothing, I'm kind to everybody. It's like, so if you come visit me, I'm gonna make sure you taken care of or whatever, because that's just who I am. I want you to be comfortable. But ain't no motherfucking way when you in my country, we in the motherland, and I'm gonna ride you in on the most extravagant whatever it is they got down here, and we gonna be lined up on each side of you to greet you, and you're a white person. Never. That will never happen with me. If you're a dope person, you're a dope person, whether you're white, black, green, brown. But if we want to state the facts and things, let's just state the facts. I'm just stating the fact on how crazy people's way of thinking is, on how we just normalize crazy shit. Your life has been, like I said, you've been burdened. You've been juggling a lot your whole life. Everyone has put everything on your back. And you sit there and you take it. But you're someone like, you're very like intuitive. Like your psyche is like always on point. So like I said, pay attention to the signs. Everything is connected. A higher power is in control. And I also think like you're gonna meet someone soon. You know, sorry if I'm scurrying around and y'all hear me in the background and stuff. But yeah, like I'm not sure. I also think you're gonna meet someone soon. Like there's probably like people or a person that has their eye on you, but you don't even see it because you just be in grind mode, and it's like you're probably not even dating at the time. And I think there's also past men, like 2 to 3 men, that also realize what they lost. They put you through a lot of shit, and they realize that they lost a true queen, someone that brings true balance and love to their life. They brought you a lot of heartache. These people also, I think, like they had something evil over their spirit. And you've noticed that. When I spoke that past sentence, you know exactly who I'm speaking about. People who are just operating in some type of demonic force, either being controlled by the demonic spirits, or that's just their demonic spirit themselves. That's just the energy that they're in. You face some straight up demons. I'm not even gonna front. When it's like you don't even care. It's like you couldn't stand face to face with the beast. You know what I'm saying? You know how before boxing matches, they stand face to face and stare at each other for photos? That's you, my ninja. Like, I seen this little girl. This clip of this little girl, probably like 2 years old or something. She was so happy like to see this cheetah. And the whole time, cheetah's just sitting there staring at her. I know them animals be like, I'm tired of these people. Like, that's how that animal's looking. At the same time, like the animals look curious, but it was mostly looking like just straight up staring at the little girl the whole time. Like, yo, I wish you would get up out of here and stop distracting me and just give me some peace. But yeah, like, you've been faced, and this little girl's just fearless. She just thought it was so funny. She just thought the cheetah was so cute. She was laughing. Like, I love those innocent, like, toddler laughs. You know, I can hear her laugh now in my head. While the cheetah's just staring at her like, yo, I'm getting tired of you. Just not moving. You've been face to face with the beast. Thought I just seen this fucking ball move. Maybe I'm bugging. Yeah, I must be bugging. All right. So, like, the abusive relationship that I was in for years and things like that, Like the toxic family I was a part of, that I was born into. Like I said before in my messages, it was like school to me. You know those little witchcraft movies and stuff, School for Good and Evil? It was my training grounds. You know, because a lot of people, even like black people, I'm gonna be straight up honest, maybe the most it's black people, which is toxic as fuck, really hate the fact of how strong my personality is. Like, how much I don't give a fuck about shit. Like, how much I don't care about people's opinions most of the time. How I can be a one-woman army and walk like I got 10 men behind me. So those hardships really gave me the power of 10 men. I could walk down the street of a group, in front of a group of people that I know don't even like me, not be affected. Yeah, they talking about me, but if you talking about me, I must be doing something good. Because honestly, I never said a word to you. We've never even had a conversation, but you talk shit about me, and I know that for a fact. And you stare at me, I know that for a fact. So the energy that I'm emitting must be way too strong for your toxic ass. Drinking every day, standing outside every day, selling drugs. The liquor is pouring out of your pores. Stinking asses. Barely taking care of yourself now, but always got something to say. Malcolm X. You are about to be handed, you can also come up on some money soon. But yeah, like, there's dudes that feel bad for the way they treated you too. And they're never gonna tell you. These dudes are cowards, low key. No matter how good of a person or whatever, I'm gonna call them cowards, because they're not even on no getting back with you and shit. Like, when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And if I don't make up for it, like, that shit's gonna eat at me. Just me as a human being and who I stand in every day. So it's like, I'm gonna make sure I correct that situation. And it's crazy how I can say that as a woman. That is some crazy shit. And you know what? I ain't never heard a dude say that in my life. But that's what I teach my children. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna correct it. Period. I don't care how it makes me look in front of people or whatever. Like, I don't care if it's maybe it look like I'm going back on my word. Fuck people thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Fuck people thoughts. But people be in deep thought about you. You a whole vibe. You change people's lives. You are the mirror that people need to see. And you mirror back their own fucked up actions. When you come in people's lives, people really gotta take a look at who the fuck they are and what the fuck they been doing. So you probably struggling with money right now. But royalty don't never struggle for money, really, right? They don't. So you don't see that. You know, a lot of motherfuckers think they won against you. Also, something I was talking to that wonderful woman about. I see when a lot of people who ugly ways come back to eat them like years later. We can't outrun our karma. You know? the wheel is being turned in your favor. And the wheel is being turned not in other people's favors. You know, the real demonic individuals. I don't think everyone is human. I said that with like an ing on it. Eng. Do you guys like Avatar? I like Avatar. Not the blue people. Not that movie, but like, what is that type of like Asian cartoons? I remember like Digimon and stuff. There's a name for it besides like the title of the show. I don't know, but y'all know what I'm talking about. All those type of, so you could probably like those type of shows too. That's just a little side note. But you had to fight off mad mofos, you know. Judgment is being called in your favor. You're someone like, you probably like, you're trying to push and push and push and push. Like you're on a boat and you got all this stuff on a boat and you trying to find some land. But yeah, to get to your destination. But what you don't see is there's a homeland. Like, you're in the water, you're on a boat, and what you really don't see is you see a land from afar, but you think maybe it's just land. I'ma just have to survive here for a little bit and move on. But that's gonna be your promised land. The truth is coming out. Your psychic abilities are being heightened. Yeah, you've been through the tower. But fuck the tower. You know what I'm saying? I'ma read a passage. Let me find my papers. I need to go back to the library and get that book. I actually should buy that book to gift it to someone, probably in the near future. That would be a good little gift. I do things like that. Like, I'll buy cards and stuff ahead of time. Like, I have maybe like little party supplies ahead of time, so I'll just have them. Yo, it's your birthday? Alright. Jack's about to show you some love. Where the hell I get Jack from? This is not The Incredibles. You know, Jackie's about to show you some love. I got you. I may not be like the partying type. It may be short. Or whatever, but you know, I'm gonna acknowledge it. And for anyone that knows, like, I'm cool with them, but they ain't talked to me in a long time, or, you know, they feel like I haven't reached out to them, I am sorry. But we just live in this thing called life, and I still love you. You know, but, you know, sometimes people just have to figure out their own shit. But let me look for this paper. Ooh, wait, I was just sitting, messed up my back. Plan. Well, what I'm saying is everything connected. That court situation proved it yesterday. And in bold, when I'm looking through this stuff, there's a word spelled out on a paper. and it's called Plan. And this wasn't even written by me, but everything is a sign. So maybe you gotta get like me, you gotta get organized. Oh shoot, I gotta make an eye appointment too. Oh, you know what? I did. So I gotta check on those. I don't even know what day it's on. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. I got my window up. I don't know where that's coming from right now. Either my door or the window. I'm hungry too. Y'all, like, do I not have it? Alright, it's probably in my book bag. Hold on. Oh, my book bag was right here. Okay. I found the papers. All right. So these are papers I printed out. I hope y'all can hear me. Maybe you need to affirm. To, like, you know how sometimes, like, you can argue with people in your own head and things like that. I just came across this note that I wrote myself. I don't know when I wrote this, but sometimes I just write notes of inspiration to my children for the day. You know, I am calm. I am powerful. I am kind. Good things happen to me all the time. I am calm. I am powerful. I am kind. Good things happen to me all the time. So maybe like make something like that into a mantra when you're feeling overwhelmed, or maybe if you need to start your day, or repeat it to yourself before you go to sleep or something, or when you feel troubled. I am calm. I am powerful. I am kind. Good things come to me all of the time. Remember that, because you deserve it. I'm just trying to put the pages in order. Alright, so I'm not even going to look through all the papers. I'm going to stop at the second paper that, you know, from when I was trying to look through the paper to pick through what I wanted. So I just stopped at the second paper, and I don't remember what's on the other papers because I don't know how long ago it's been since I had this book, but I've just been holding on to these because I used to be a huge procrastinator, and these were messages that I wanted to read to you guys one day. Like I said, I'm randomly choosing something. I'm gonna just listen to myself. So there could be a chance what I read sounds stupid, and I'm not even gonna like edit the video. I'm gonna just say forget it, but probably not. So I'm gonna just read wherever I felt guided to stop at, which was the second page. So Keeper is there's going to be a name called Keeper. Let me scan for another name. Or you know, I'll explain them as I go along if I remember who they are. But Keeper, it was like this guardian of the gates. This book is about a child that battled with depression and like identity issues. So this child would astral travel all the time. She had friends in the astral world, but she often tried to get to his castle in her dreams. But there was a guardian of the gates there. And I think she calls that guardian like Keeper. But, you know, she's tried multiple times to like get past these gates to get inside and see what's in the castle or something like that. All right, so I'm gonna start reading now. And I could already know this first sentence is real prominent, you know, to me in my life or whatever. So ever since Keeper pointed at my throat and made me speak, I've been forgetting that I don't want to talk out loud anymore. I catch myself once or twice now, almost opening my mouth to say sorry when I accidentally kicked Lila underneath the desk. Or Oh, and she doesn't speak in class, but eventually she started speaking, like after like months later. You know, when the kids tried to speak to her and things like that, she just would stay mute. But I don't think they ever teased her. All right, so I catch myself once or twice now almost opening my mouth to say sorry when I accidentally kick Lila underneath the desk, or when Willie asks to borrow a pencil and I say thanks. Borrow a pencil and says thanks, and I almost say you're welcome. I don't want to speak. I tell myself this in my head. I don't like that the keeper has taught me how to speak again. She's evil. Yeah, she found out like the guardian, the person who was protecting the gate to the castle or whatever, which is this woman's castle, which is really just different realms, but the woman is like stuck there like on a lower dimension or some ish. But the only way the woman could survive is like if she harvests the souls of innocent children. You know, she takes their light, literally, in the book. She's evil, isn't she? She proved it. Hold on. She proved it when she drank the light from the star. If she wanted me to learn to speak again, it couldn't have been for a good reason. The last new classmate in my class, pod, I'm not even going to explain the class situations. It's more like they're on a little futuristic side. But it's basically her class. The last new classmate in my class's pod arrived a few days ago. He's quiet, though not as quiet as I am, which I guess isn't saying much. Since I still don't speak, you're so lucky you missed class. Since I still don't speak. You're so lucky you missed class, Lila tells him. His name is Andrew. He has light brown skin and curly dark brown hair and dark brown eyes. He stares at his sneakers without saying anything. And for a second, I wonder if Andrew might be a little more like me. Someone who doesn't like to talk with their voice, who isn't always sure if this world is reality. Like, that's what I be questioning too sometimes. But then a grin lights up his face and he answers Lila. It was kind of cool, he says. Except the being sick part. And I still have to make up all the work. That kind of sucks. I'm watching Andre so closely that I'm not looking at my hand. When I pick up my pencil and my journal, when I look down again, my hand is completely gone. I gasp and drop the pencil. Like her hand turns invisible, like, you know, and then she thinks she's gonna fully like turn invisible as the days go on. I'm not gonna stop and interrupt again and explain the meaning behind that, but when I look, I'm just continue reading. When I look down again, my hand is completely gone. I grasp and I drop my pencil. It clatters to my desk and rolls off to bounce around on the floor. Willie bends over to pick it up and reaches out to me, waiting for me to take it, but I can't. I hide my invisible hand in my lap, beneath my shirt, as I stare at the pencil, while he stares at me, brow raised. Heat rises to my neck and my cheeks. Andrew reaches out and takes the pencil, then puts it on the desk in front of me. I blink as I stare at it. Willie makes a face at him. It's a face I know well. I've seen it so many times from my classmates at the other school. It's a laugh and a smirk and a raised eyebrow. Willie might as well say it out loud. I know what he's thinking. Moon is weird. She also named herself. I'm really just looking to see if there's another page behind this one, because it's random pages. So I feel like I want to just read one last thing. Or maybe I'll just go to the closest page to that number, which is 114. The next highest number that I have is like, what, 136. Okay, so I was gonna leave it there, but I gotta buy that book, so I don't have to keep going to the library. It's funny that one of my favorite books is a book made for children. And it's so sophisticated. Like, you know, like, I really think it's for any age group. And that's pretty dope when a book can be for all age groups. I never really seen that. She does. I'm gonna leave it there because I don't want to just read some random stuff, but all right, let me read this. This line stood out to me. I don't know if the rest is gonna resonate, but I'm gonna read it anyways. We start to believe we are not enough when we don't receive the love we are worthy of. we begin to feel ashamed of ourselves, of our existence. Some people take this shame out on others. They need to think they are better, stronger, smarter, to fill the hole of hurt, because they have forgotten they are made of unconditional love. They think that if they are better than another person, they will believe they are worthy of love too. If they realize they are made from love, then they will see others around them and know they are made from unconditional love as well. That no one person is ever worth more than another, or ever any less. And there are some whose shame hurts themselves, They start to believe the hatred that they are shown and think that they aren't worthy of love. I know this is hard, Moon, but I also believe that you are able to learn that you are worthy of love. No matter how others treat you, you are worthy of love. No matter what others think of you. What a courageous soul you have, Moon, to want to learn a lesson like this. To learn to love yourself. I shake my head. But how, I ask, how do I learn to love myself? Even if this is the answer, it isn't so easy to do. Isn't that always the question? She stands abruptly, as usual. And she's talking to this her grandmother, who she never really met, or probably not have seen since like she was a child. And this grandmother is coming to her to counsel her as her therapist, but also to heal her, because it's a part that was missing in her life. And the whole time while she's in these therapy groups, she doesn't know that this lady is her mom's mom, her grandmother. Even if this is the answer, it isn't so easy to do. Isn't that always the question? She stands abruptly as usual. The hour is already up, and Miss Stella leaves me with only a smile. So, you're really trying to figure life out. You know, someone could be guiding you. I know there are people guiding you. I hope everyone who's going through something, you already know, like, I wish y'all the best. And keep your heads up, never down. Never look down. Don't look back. Look forward. Love yourself. Be kind to yourself. Greater things are to come. It's going to be the craziest shift in your life. Things are going to start happening that you can't believe. And then when you don't even really know it, you're not going to have no more weights on your back. So those weights are there now. But what you don't see is you've been guided to people, places, and things that's lifting your weights off. things that are being pointed out to you, use it. Butterflies and birds are probably significant with you as well. You have some type of connection to them. I mean, I said nature and plants, but that was a picture that I just seen just now. So yeah, that was long. Always remember to use your power for good, not for evil.